Wasabis, this is Jirbie from Couchwasabi. So for today's video, I'm very much excited to share this with you because it's my first time to taste the most expensive cup of coffee. Not sure if you've already know, but of course the title already gave it away. So today I'll be tasting my very first cup of Civet coffee. Now this is actually what got me into coffee home brewing. If this is something that you'd like to see, please keep watching. Alright, so just a bit of a background. This batch of Civet coffee is actually from Northern Luzon. There are different Civet coffee farms in the Philippines. There's one in Mount Apo, down south, sa may Davao. Also, I've heard meron din sa may Batangas. This one is what you call the original Civet coffee, or itong mga Civet na ito. Civet is actually a wild cat or a mountain cat. And ito rin yung tinatawag nilang musang or yung Kopi Luwak ng Indonesia or yung musang dito sa atin, coffee musang. It's also called Civet coffee. And this is the most expensive type of coffee kasi meron siyang extra process. And that extra process is the coffee cherries are actually eaten by the musang or the animal or the Civet cat first. It will pass through its body, tapos ipupoop niya. At kukunin mo yung beans from the poop. So what makes it special and expensive is that the process of that, yung digestion ng cat, actually imparts a very unique and very, I guess, creamy, as what they say, creamy flavor dun sa coffee. So kaya siya mahal and very priced. And so it is also like a point of conversation with other, I guess, coffee farmers or I guess animal welfare groups kasi nga it's also a point of abuse. Siyempre, if it's expensive, people can abuse these cats and alam mo na, those things can happen. But I'm proud to say that with the sourcing of these beans, this is from Delhi brand. I will also link them down below. This is what you call the original Civet coffee, meaning the Civet beans are actually picked from the ground sa wild. Hindi siya yung kinulong, hindi siya sa Civet coffee farm or hindi siya sa cage, hindi siya abused. These are actually natural musang. In talagang pinulot lang nila, hinarvest nila sa area nila. Kaya hindi rin siya available in commercial quantity. Minsanan lang ang availability nito, kaya mas priced siya. And I've recently just dabbled into coffee home brewing. And when I compare this with my other beans, pansin mo talaga yung difference niya. Like, upon opening this jar and upon taking a whiff, alam mo iba yung amoy niya. Parang meron siyang creamy notes. They say nga parang may milky notes. It's because the process of digestion ng civet imparts some enzymes that actually makes the beans less acidic. So for people who are suffering from GERD or acid reflux, I'm sure the Civet coffee would be so much better for you. But then again, it's so much more expensive. I've heard for 100 grams, the prices can go up to 1,000 pesos or 500 pesos, I guess. I really don't know. But this was given to me as a gift from Delhi brand kasi Northern Luzon was one of my priorities during our COVID relief drive. Kaya they were very, I guess, grateful and thankful sa na-impart naming tulong or naipadala naming donations. They sent us like bags of coffee beans. And I really didn't want to give this up. Like, I didn't want to just pass this along to my family who are into coffee. So I decided to learn more about coffee home brewing, and I have all these things. And today we will be tasting it. I will be tasting it. I understand that not many have tasted Civet coffee. Even if you actually produce it here in the Philippines, meron tayong mga Civet here. Civet is not naturally, I guess, produced all over the world. There are just certain countries who can produce it. And swerte natin, Philippines is one of that. Another country who is producing Civet or Kopi Luwak is Indonesia. And sayang, kasi this is part of our natural, I guess, gems in coffee. So here, today, I will be making myself a cup. And I will be using 1:14 ratio. In my past videos, I've been using 1:18. So for today, I will be using 1:14 just to savor like the taste of Civet coffee. I will indulge dahil this is not forever. And also, this was roasted last May 7. So it's fairly fresh, almost a month. So I wanna, taste it before it gets different, right? It's ideal for you to consume your freshly roasted beans within 2 to 3 weeks from roasting date. So this is almost a month na, a little past 1 month na. So it's the right time for me to start finishing it. It came in a resealable coffee pack with valve. So dilipat ko siya dito and I kept it inside the cupboard para hindi siya ma-expose sa sunlight and it's airtight. So as much as possible, I want to keep it fresh, and I kept it in a fairly stable environment. Hindi siya iinitan and stuff, just to make sure na it's pretty much fresh when I want to consume it. Okay, so for today, I'll be using lang 10 grams. So I'm gonna be using 1:14 ratio. Yan, para iwasan natin yung ang bango niya, I swear. Iwasan natin yung contact with fingers and stuff. By the looks of it, you can see that the coffee is a little more shiny, like oilier than the normal ones. Yan, ito siya. We will be having 10 grams. And it's ideal that you cover it agad, airtight, para iwasan mo yung oxidation, okay? And then we'll start grinding this. Okay, I just wanna, I guess, pre-wet this first. No, let me just heat up some water. I really love using this Mirakuru alkaline bottle. It turns any regular water into alkaline. Because I want to tone down like my intake of acidic things. Kaya I really use this in all of my coffee videos, as you can see. Kasi this turns any regular water into high alkaline water. If you're interested to get this, I'll also link it down below. It's super convenient. It's super healthy for you. So while we are heating the water, let me just proceed in grinding it, okay? So I'll be using my Porlex. Medium is fine kasi we are using the reverse pour-over method. Nakaset to for my French press. So I just turn the knobs a little bit para lang mas maging fine siya. And then, let's start grinding. Ang bango-bango niya, I swear. Okay, so you turn it clockwise. While you're grinding it, you have to shake it kasi para yung mga beans sa loob, nasi-shake din siya. So, always turn clockwise. And you can also take a peek kung you wanna check may beans pa. You can also take a peek sa ilalim kung kamusta yung grind mo. Look at that grind. Can you see it? Ganda ng pagka-grind. So let's just grind it and make sure na matapos na siya agad. And it takes about a minute or two to grind this. You can shake it para alam mo meron pa ba. Yan. Parang wala nang tumutunog. So, patapos na siya. I think wala na. So, you can just double check again. Okay, I think there's very, very little. A couple of more revolutions, then we're done. Okay, as much as possible, you don't want to be turning the knob pag wala ng bean kasi it actually damages your burrs or yung ceramic components inside that's grinding the beans. Okay, wow, the grind is actually very perfect. It's medium fine. Alright, I think that's okay. So now that you're ready with your beans, let's just get one filter. I am using Hario's natural coffee paper filter. This is size 01. This reverse dripper can actually handle size 01 and size 02. So for today, I'll be using size 01. Size 01 is for 1 to 2 servings. Size 02 yung pang mas marami. So I'm using this. And mga 1 minute ng... Whoops. Yan, you have to pre-wet it lang kasi para mawala yung mga paper filter taste and everything. Okay. Once nabuhos na lahat, okay, you just have to remove this. So let's just put this here. Okay. And then you can start pouring in your ground coffee. Okay, so we're pouring it all there. Ayan, so it's medium fine, perfect for your pour-over method. You just have to shake it up a bit para pumantay siya, para leveled siya. And once it is leveled, some people actually put a little hole in the middle. Kasi para dun dadaan yung water mo. So let me just use our timer. Okay, so timer starts now. Okay, so you wanna bloom it first for 15 seconds. 14, 15. We're gonna be going up to 140 grams. Okay, and that's 118. So, konti na lang. Yan. So, let us try to taste this cup. It's my very first Civet coffee. Okay. It's not bitter. It actually tastes clean and wala sa kanya yung bittery taste. You can see also that it's clear. Kaya lang, I can't see the creaminess of it. But yes, I feel that it's not sour, so the acidity must be very, very low. It's like a pleasant, refreshing cup of coffee in the morning. It's not something that you would expect if you wanna... Kung gusto mong magising, hindi siya ganun. Kasi hindi siya matapang. Wala siyang bitterness at all. Wala siyang bitter kick even. And this is when it's hot. So, I'm not sure if ano yung development ng taste niya as soon as it has cooled down. It probably will taste a little different. I really don't know, but there you go. That's my very first cup of Civet coffee. It's very, very fragrant. It's actually very delightful. I still have maybe 4 more servings with this. I actually got 100-gram servings. Half of it I shared with my sister kasi siya yung mas mahilig sa coffee para mas ma-appreciate niya. But I kept some for myself for my personal consumption. And I just want to shout out to Dr. Raul Ting for sending me these coffee from Delhi brand. And I just want to share that I appreciate it so much. I mean, you know, I've never really imagined I could taste like the most expensive cup of coffee in my entire life. The past 2 or 3 weeks have been very experimental for me. Learning about coffee, trying to brew my own coffee at home. Nung na-receive ko itong Civet coffee, I took it as a go signal for me to learn more about coffee and, you know, to learn more about preparing a really nice cup of coffee. And with that, I'm very much excited because actually this morning when I woke up, I ordered some Ethiopian beans and, you know, it really piques my interest to see yung mga notes na nandun. Like, as a certified aromatherapist, over the course of 3-4 years, I've trained my nose to become sensitive. And so I guess at this time, I'm training my palate to be sensitive, yung tongue ko naman, by tasting all these different kinds of coffee, different origins, and I guess different notes. Yun, doon ako na-curious eh. When I read all these coffee, and I read na meron siyang notes na peachy, or blackcurrant, or blueberry, I wonder what those are because I've never really tasted coffee na may peach, or may lychee, or may jasmine. So, it really piques my interest. How does a cup of coffee with those types of notes would taste like? So I'm very, very much excited for that, to share all of that with you. I've placed my orders this morning. My beans will arrive probably next week. So, kailangan niya na parang 5 to 7 days waiting time. Kasi pag freshly roasted yung beans, hindi mo siya dapat kinoconsume. You have to wait after a week from the date of roasting, and then you consume it within 2 or 3 weeks from the date of roasting. Yun yung parang optimum time for you to taste it. And then, you know, of course, it will last as long as you keep it in a very tight, airtight container, away from sunlight, just like your essential oils actually. Away from sunlight, away from moisture, and away from heat. So, yun. Meron siyang similarities. So, it's cool. Wala talagang bitter taste at all. But I guess this would be also good if you add like a little milk or a little something to make it more sweet. But the coffee as it is, as black as it is, hindi siya talaga off-putting, hindi siya intimidating. If you let people who are very curious about coffee taste this, hindi sila matuturn off. I never really imagined like drinking a lot of black coffee, but here we are. And as regards to the smell, walang special smell, to be honest. It smells coffee. It doesn't smell like poop. It doesn't smell off-putting. In fact, this smells glorious when you open it. Pagbukas ko pa lang ng bag, ang bango-bango niya. And even up to now, kanina nga nung binuksan ko siya, may nag-pop. So it means na parang, you know, there's still, naglalabas pa rin siya ng, I guess, carbon dioxide or something. That's why you have to put desiccants in it. Yung nag-absorb ng moisture just to keep it fresh. But with this, it's really good. And you know, and look, it's very, very clear. Anyway guys, I guess that's all for today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions about coffee home brewing, or if you have any requests for me to review, then don't forget to shoot them down below through the comments. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And I'll see you on my next video. Bye!